consciousness.
Now.
House of consciousness. Brother Bobby Himmons.
All right, Brother Bobby Himmons, part 2.
All right.
The House of Consciousness.
That's right.
Let's go on, Brother Bobby Himmons. We left off last night, brother, where we was talking about they already have it mapped out who's going to be the next president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they kind of underestimating just how probably sexist and racist this country is by thinking that Hillary Clinton can actually win. They wouldn't vote on a woman that they like, let alone one that they hate. You see, so it's, so it could very well be that Giuliani can win. He's still the front runner,
Mm-hmm.
We just have to see how it goes. But we already know they already pick people. They already pick people. The ruling class or these particular secret societies already pick people to do certain things. So we just have to see how that goes. It's just like they knew that Clinton was going to win, and they picked him in, I think they said, the summer of 1990 in Baden-Baden, Germany. Bill Cooper used to talk about that. So we probably know that they picked, we know that they picked Bush, you see, because he even faked the election and was appointed. So more than likely, if Giuliani's a front runner, he could very well be that way, that he could be the next president.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so this is something that could very well be in our times. We'll see how this goes.
Talk to us, brother, about the lecture last night. It was a beautiful turnout. You dropped it on Anubis. I mean, you just went in dealing with the ancient Kemites.
Oh, yes.
Talk to us about that. Is there anything that you left out that you would like to address?
Yes, I wanted to tell people the mysteries. We can put it on this one, the mysteries on how they can take these statues and bring them into their home.
Hold it up, brother.
Take these statues and bring them into the home.
Right.
Yeah. And you bring these statues into your home, and you set them around, and immediately these statues are actually bringing in energies from someplace else, from another dimension. So the ancient Kamite priests, or the ancient Egyptian priests, used to go into the ethers, or go into the other dimensions, through meditation, through visions and whatever, and they would see a certain energy. Mm-hmm. And if they wanted that energy to permeate into this realm, they would create a deity that was conducive to bring that energy through. Now, since this cycle has returned, which it says, a woman beyond fortune in a book called The Cosmic Doctrine, said that certain energies that was in the configuration during the times of Atlantis, certain stars, and certain stars. She mentioned Gemini for some reason, and which we know that Gemini is the two twins, but it also represents the union of male and female in the tarot cards. And so she said that those days that influenced Atlantis would influence Atlantis once again, or influence the Earth once again. So, as you know, in my journey, I started out in Kemet, and I did Kemet for a number of years, a lot of stuff on the Egyptian base. And then it was time for me to go around the world, so we hit India, we hit Asia, we cover things around the world. Some of the new information is going to be coming out of the research on the Olmecs. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, Linda's, my queen mother who passed, I forgot to mention in the lecture this last night, that when we traced one of her names, and one of her names was Vescalanza, one of her spiritual names was Vescalanza, which means a energy that was deep under the pyramids of the Aztec pyramids and the Olmec pyramids, which that goes all the way back to the energy, goes all the way back to the Olmecs. So she's an Olmecian goddess. Olmecian goddess, Descalanza. So these are things that we're constantly doing these research. But on the other hand, a lot of things happened in summer where a lot of Canaanite gateways started opening up, and we had to come back and start dealing with a lot of the Egyptian stuff because a lot of the prophecy is also based around the Canaanite mysteries. So now you can take these. So we bought a lot of statues, and you can take these images, and whatever type of energy you want, all you would do is to line these images up with these statues and bring these images through. So in so many words, you can get certain books that will give you the energy of astrological energy. Will give you the astrological energy of a certain deity. And I'm trying to think of any type of deities that would line up. There's another book called The Shamanistic Mysteries of Ancient Egypt. The Shamanistic Mysteries of Ancient Egypt. It just came out probably in the spring of the year. And I'm hoping that book you'll be able to find the astrological and astronomical sequences that correspond with the Egyptian deities. There's another book called the Magical Traditions in Egypt. Egypt. So what you're still going to have to do is just go to your metaphysical store or anything, or go online and find out what deities correspond with what astrological signs. And basically you can line these deities up. And what are their characteristics that correspond with stones, perfumes, and different things. I know one book is the Kabbalistic, Alex Crowley's Kabbalistic 777. That in the middle of the book, the table of correspondence, they will give you what deities correspond with zodiacs, what deities correspond with perfumes, what deities correspond with colors, what deities correspond with stones, what deities correspond with sacred animals. The sacred animals. And you want to try to get some of these things. You can probably go online and get a lot of this particular stuff. But anyway, you want to start dealing and bringing these type of images into your home so that they can line up a certain thing, whereas you can have a certain amount of energy that you can manage your life on a certain level because you have the energies around to do it. And that's what happens a lot of times when we get in trouble, or we get sick, or we get confused, we get depressed, is because we didn't put a certain altar in the house that is connected with the ancestors and connected with the deities. You see what I'm saying? You don't see no Asians that don't have an altar in their house that's not based on an ancestor that passed. The East Indians do it. The Africans do it in some type of way. In some type of way. The Africans do it in some type of way. So, you want to start lining up these type of energies. And so in so many words, what would happen here is the Egyptian priests would fix the temples to take care of every kind of thing that a person would need. Let me give you an example. When a person would get sick, and they needed a certain operations or certain things done, the last resort would be surgery. Now, what they would actually do they would actually find out what a person's head is. It's about like the Yoruba tradition with, you got Obatala, you got these Orishas, these deities, Obatala, Oshun, Yemenya, Ogun, Legba, Baluaye, you see what I'm saying, Oya. And you would basically find out, and the Yoruba priests give you the deity that sets over your head. So you would find out what head that deity is and correspond to you or your family or whatever. Like me, I'm a Batala. My whole family